up, you guys? Welcome back to the Paddle and Pivot podcast. I know that I have been missing for a long time. I last uploaded an episode in September. It is now November, and the best way to put it is that the last 6 weeks of my life have been really, really busy with medical school. I can't even tell you how many exams I've had, but we're starting to wrap things up. I already finished I finished 3 classes for the semester already, and I finished another one on Friday. I'm currently recording this on Monday. I had an exam this morning. I had an exam next week. So we've just been very busy over here, and I am a one-woman show, so I haven't had the capacity really to record and edit recently. I also took a break from my podcast social media as well, just because I was overwhelmed, and the podcast has always been at the center of the social media, but I've decided going forward to just create content whenever I can, and even if that means I'm able to put a short video up on TikTok or Instagram, but I'm not able to record a full episode, then that's more than okay. This is just a hobby for me, and I am very type A, and I have ADHD as well, and that contributes to my need to have a routine all the time, and so I can get very rigid in the ways that I like to do things, and I just need to remember that this is for fun. It's very not serious, and I can just make it be whatever I want. I don't really want to do seasons of the show, but I might, looking forward, if I have a month where I have a ton of exams, I might either pre-record if I have time. I'm gonna be off from school for all of December, so I might have some time to pre-record in December so that I don't take another long break, or I might just announce, hey, these next couple weeks are gonna be busy, don't know when I'm gonna be able to record, etc. But I definitely missed the podcast. I love it so much. I just love to yap, as we know, and I really missed you guys. Today, we are going to be doing a cozy reset. Originally, this was going to be a fall reset because I planned to release this episode originally in October, but life just got way too crazy. So we're just making it a cozy reset instead. It is still fall, but I feel like by the time this comes out, it'll be closer to Thanksgiving. I'm going to put my Christmas tree up on Friday. So the fall vibes are not really here anymore, but I'm still going to talk and catch up with you guys, and I'm so excited. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow the podcast, and that way you'll know whenever I'm uploading, especially because it's more of an irregular schedule now. Today is season 1, episode 24. I actually missed our 1-year podcast anniversary while I was on my break. I can't believe it's been a year. I love the podcast so much, and I can't wait to see what I continue to do with this space. The quote for today is, "Autumn shows us how beautiful it is to let things go." As I mentioned before, I am a very type A person, and so letting things go is not my strongest trait at the moment, but it's a work in progress. My song of the year actually has been "Let It All Work Out" by Lil Wayne, and it kind of blends in with this theme. I have also realized, now that I'm in medical school and I'm just busier, how to manage your priorities a little bit, and I think that is also falls in with this theme, because in a perfect world I would get everything done, but that's not how life works. So I'm learning to prioritize what's important and let other things go and let my expectations go and all of that, and I think that's just been a lesson that I've learned this year. I will be releasing my next episode, I think, will be my birthday episode. So it's going to be like 24 things I've learned in 24 years or something like that. So if you have anything that you want me to talk about, please feel free to comment, DM me on TikTok or Instagram, anything like that. And I would love to address it in that next video, or podcast, should I say. My pedal moment is that I have 2 weeks left of the semester. I am so tired. I cannot wait to take a break, and my birthday is coming up in a couple weeks as well, and I'm going to see my friends for my birthday, so I'm really excited about that. And my pivot moment is that I have 2 exams this week, so I just really need to lock in and grind, and it's just a lot. I got no sleep last night, so it's been rough. One thing that I have been doing since I talked to you guys last, I volunteer at a shelter downtown where I live, and I walk dogs every day, or well, not every day. I walk dogs and I play with them as well. And I've been scheduling my dog walking shifts after my exams, and that's just a nice way to reset and reflect. And also, I should do an episode about like therapy dogs and emotional support animals. That would be something interesting. Let me know if you want to hear about that. But it definitely is helpful for my mental health to interact with those dogs, because I don't think that I could be a responsible dog owner at the moment. So this is the next best thing for me. The prompts from last episode, which was forever ago at this point, were what makes you feel calm. I think that setting mood lighting is very calming for me. It's a late night recording when I'm doing this. So my living room lights are blue and my bedroom light is pink, and I just love the LED lights. It just really sets a vibe and helps to relax me. I also am a big essential oil person. I actually am very sensitive to scents. So having specific essential oils to calm me down is really useful as well. The second prompt was, what would you do if you had more energy in the day? Honestly, my first thought is just my hobbies. I would love to read more books, watch more TV shows. I just started Scandal recently. I've been doing a lot of audiobooks recently and physical books. Well, not physical books, but ebooks on my Kindle. I would love to read more. I have a million hobbies that I've talked about before on this podcast, and I would just love to dive into that a little bit more. I think that's definitely what I would do if I had more energy in the day. And lastly, what's keeping you from going to bed earlier? One of my things that I experience with ADHD is I can get locked in really easily, and I think that naturally my circadian rhythm is shifted a bit later. So sometimes at like 8 o'clock, I will get really focused on something, and then next thing I know, it's like midnight and I haven't eaten yet, I haven't showered, and I can't just close my laptop and go to bed because I never ate dinner. I have to take a shower, and then also I don't want to go from that high stress to go to bed, so I need to like wind down a little bit. I think that's one of the things that is keeping me from going to bed earlier, but I'm trying to eat dinner earlier. Was not exactly successful with that tonight, but it's okay. I was doing better the past couple days, so I'm really proud of myself for that. And without further ado, let's get into the main part of this episode for a little cozy reset. So I split the main part of this episode into categories, more or less. So organization, goal check-in, new goals, my bucket list, some of my favorites, my ins and outs, my hobbies, and some recipes that I want to try. So first, for organization, I love doing a deep clean. I try to clean my apartment at least every 2 weeks, and I really want to do a kitchen deep clean. Like, I want to go through all my cabinets and just wipe them down, go through my pantry items and make sure that everything is still fresh, like nothing is past the expiration date. I want to wipe out my fridge and all those things. I have some fall decor out right now, and I'm getting ready to switch it to Christmas decor. My birthday is on November 29th, and I used to never decorate before my birthday, but now that I live between Florida and Bermuda, I decorate for Christmas a little bit earlier so that I can actually enjoy my holiday decorations. So I think that I'm going to do it this Friday after my exam. I think that would just be a nice break for me to have for myself. A closet clean out. I haven't worn half the clothes in my closet all year because I study from home, so I just wear comfortable clothes, and then I have to wear scrubs to school, so I don't really wear a lot of my clothes. And then also, just being a woman, my weight has been fluctuating a little bit, so I just need to see what even fits me, what I like, all of that. I've done a pretty good job. I don't think I have that many clothes. I go through my closet pretty consistently, so we'll just see what we have there. I also want to do a digital reset. We all have screenshots that we took and never used again. I ran out of space on my phone a couple months ago, and so I had to go through some apps and delete them. I really want to do that again and just go through my pictures and just see what I have that I don't need anymore, because I feel like with the digital age, we have so much stuff and it's not all completely necessary. I also want to start junk journaling or even like making photo albums, so that will help me to preserve pictures but not necessarily need it on my phone either. Getting into the goal check-in. So I'm looking back at my goals from my summer reset. You can definitely check out that episode if you want more reset inspiration as well. My physical goal was to improve my sleep hygiene. Was not successful at that. My current average sleep time is 2 a.m. and my goal is 12:30. So that's always a record progress for me. My self-care goal was to get back into journaling. I think I've been doing a pretty good job at this. I haven't been like in-depth journaling, but I bought a self-care journal, like the little 5-minute journal basically, and I've been using that pretty consistently, and I do like that. It just is 5 minutes where I stop and really reflect on what's going on. Social was to spend time with friends monthly. I think that I've been pretty good at this. I am very intentional about my friendships, and I'm always making time to see people, especially because I live between two places and my friends are all over the place. So I try to make time for my friends as much as possible. So I think I've been pretty good at that. I do want to spend more time with my medical school friends. We've just been so busy with exams all the time that it's been a little bit hard, but hopefully next semester our course load lightens up a little bit and we're able to spend more time together. My financial goal was to add a savings account. I did not do that, but I think that I've been doing a good job of keeping track of how much money I'm spending, even though I'm not specifically budgeting, but I think that that's a good thing either way. My career goal was to create and stick to a study routine. I would say that this is moderate. Like, I wouldn't say that I didn't do it, but I wouldn't say that I did either, because I have study techniques that I use consistently, but I don't have my structured, like, every day at this time I do this routine, and I really want to get a little bit more into that, and that would also go with my sleep hygiene. Getting into my new goals for the next little while. My physical goal is to exercise 3 times per week, whether that's walking, yoga, Pilates, strength training. I also am working through a knee injury, so doing my physical therapy exercises also counts as exercise for me because it's hard, okay? PT exercises are hard. And then I also want to drink 80 ounces of water every day. I've been slacking on my water recently, and I can definitely feel it because my lips are dry all the time. My mental health goal is to establish a consistent sleep routine because the amount of sleep that I get, as someone with a nervous, spicy brain, the amount of sleep that I get definitely impacts how I feel. My social goal is to spend time with friends monthly. As I mentioned in the last little bit, it's been kind of difficult with my medical school friends, so I definitely want to be a bit more intentional about that. My career goal is to just pass all my classes because it is rough out here. We have a lot of exams. I have 4 exams in the next 2 weeks. So I'm really just locking in and trying to pass all my classes. It's going pretty well so far. I'm actually proud of myself for how well I have done, but I could always improve. And my self-care goal is to journal more. I want to do more in-depth journaling, not just what are you grateful for, what are you looking forward to today. Like, I want to get more into like shadow work almost and just kind of see what things I can uncover to learn more about myself. Moving on to my bucket list. I learned that there's a swimming hall of fame, so I think that could be something to do. I had on here go to a pumpkin patch back when I had planned this out. I did actually go to a pumpkin patch because I went to a barn with one of my friends and there was a pumpkin patch there, so we kind of checked that off already. I would like to host a girls' night. I actually have plans to do that this weekend. I had a couple plans to do girls' nights, but things just didn't plan out. But I have one this weekend planned, so that will be good. Watch a fall or Halloween movie. I didn't get to that, but it's never too late, so I don't even know what I would want to watch, so definitely leave your recommendations. And then try a new recipe. I've been loving cooking new things recently. I'm gonna make crab cakes tomorrow, so that's a new recipe. Never made those before. I'm making a chicken pot pie soup recipe. So I've just been loving cooking recently. I actually, instead of buying a cookbook, I've just been looking up recipes on Pinterest as I find them, and I'll print it out. And I bought a binder and just paper covers from Walmart, and I made my own cookbook. And I feel like that's a genius idea, because if you buy a cookbook, you're not going to use every recipe in the book, and also that's expensive, and you could just DIY it at home. We love a good DIY. Moving on to my favorites. I love fall season. It is my favorite. I just love being cozy. I love the vibes. I love apple. I love cinnamon. I don't like pumpkin actually, but I love apple. I love cinnamon. I love the changing leaves, even though I live in Florida, so I don't get to experience it. I love the cooler weather. I just love everything. So some of my favorites include blankets. I have so many blankets. I am one person, and I literally have a blanket in my lap. There's two blankets on my couch. There's a blanket on my bed. There's a blanket in one of my chairs. Like, I love blankets, and I always have them with me. People say my apartment's cold. I don't really feel that way, but I have blankets around all the time, and I would rather it be cold so that I can wear a blanket. I recently discovered these weighted sweat sets. I love a weighted blanket, so I was trying to find a way to just incorporate that sometimes when I'm feeling a little dysregulated. And I got some sweat sets from this company called Comfort, COMFRT, and I am obsessed with them. You can't even tell that they're weighted when you're wearing them, really. They look really oversized, but they're so comfortable, and I'm literally obsessed with them. I actually have one of the hoodies behind me right now. Fuzzy robes. I just love being comfortable, and I am known to wear robes all the time. Every day after my shower, I'm in a robe, and I spend like at least 2 hours in my robe every single day. I cannot live without them, truly. I don't know how people just don't wear robes. Like, why? No. Immediately no. Cinnamon tea. I have this cinnamon tea that I like, and it just all fall vibes. And also apple cider. I've been getting mine from Aldi. I get sparkling apple cider, and it just elevates the experience. If you've listened to me before, you know I love romanticizing the little moments, and that's just a way to spice up a basic dinner. Like tonight I'm making shrimp, rice, and broccoli, and I'm gonna have apple cider, so it just elevates it a little bit. Moving on to my ins and outs. My ins are going on walks. I've been loving, even if it's just walking around my complex. I hate that the sun sets so early, so now I have to go on my walk at like 4:30, which is around my productive time, but it is what it is. Going on walks, going to bed early, finding new study spots, and spending time with friends. I've been exploring different libraries and stuff, and that's been fun, and that's been another way to spend time with friends, even though it's not intentional spending time with friends, really. Like, we're not getting quality time together. Even just co-working sometimes is really good. My outs are waking up late, putting off self-care. I literally have been staring at my nails for like 3 weeks because I really want to do them, but I've just been so busy. I was going to do them tonight, but I don't think I have time, so I might do them tomorrow. Staying inside all the time. I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast before, but I am a very much so a homebody, so I have to intentionally leave my house. Like, I could stay home for like 3 days straight by accident, so I have to force myself to go outside. So going on a walk is part of that, and anytime I'm like laying in the sun, I call it my photosynthesis time. It's just magical, honestly. And then my last out is skipping the gym. I have not been as consistent in the gym as I would like, but I've been going at least once a week, I would say. So that's an improvement from times in the past where I wasn't going at all. So my hobbies that I'm looking forward to this season, cozy hobbies, of course, is junk journaling. I have thought about dipping into scrapbooking, but that just seems a little intimidating. I am not able to journal traditionally because I am not able to write for long periods of time without being uncomfortable. So I think that junk journaling would be a great way for me to merge those two interests. Cooking, as I mentioned, first of all, I have to cook to live, but I do enjoy that, and that's a nice break for me during the day as well. Planting, gardening. Why did I say planting? I have plants around my house, my little plant babies, and I just love taking care of them. I'm trying to figure out what I can grow outside because I tried to do sunflowers and they died like immediately. I actually need to empty those pots. But I really want to have like a little like flower bed. Like that would be so cute, but I don't know what to put out there because everything dies. But my indoor plants are doing pretty well. Reading. I've talked about reading so many times. I'm currently reading The Things We Leave Unfinished by Rebecca Yarros. I love Fourth Wing, so I have been wanting to read some of her other books, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I don't typically enjoy historical fiction, but I am enjoying how this book is written. I think I'm about 25% done. I have also been coloring on my iPad. I just love watching YouTube or listening to an audiobook and coloring on my iPad. It's truly unmatched. The last thing that I wanted to talk about is recipes because, as I mentioned, I have been loving cooking. So I wanted to make chicken pot pie soup this summer. This summer, please. This season, and I'm actually gonna make that tomorrow. I'm really excited. I want to try s'mores rice cakes. I really want to get into rice cakes, and I don't know why I can't. So I'm gonna try to make some s'mores rice cakes. And then lastly, this cinnamon apple cranberry mimosa. I might make that. My cousin's coming over for a girls' night on Sunday, so maybe I'll make that's more of a breakfast item though. Before I let you go from this episode, I wanted to talk about some journal prompts that could just inspire you to do your own little cozy reset. So first is, what's one thing you can do to romanticize this cozy season? Second, what are you proud of yourself for this summer? And third, what is your top priority during cozy season? That is all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I will not be taking as long of a break as I did during these past 6 weeks. I'll be back in the next 2 to 3 weeks, and I can't wait to see you then. Drop a comment down below of a pumpkin emoji or an apple emoji. Which flavor or scent profile are you for the fall? And I can't wait to see you next time. Bye, guys.